All right, so we're still in January 2019 and we're doing question number 4. We're told question number 4a says given the function h of x is equal to 2x plus 3 over x minus, over 5 minus x, we're to determine the value of x for which the function is undefined. So notice that it's only 1 mark for this, so you're not being asked to do anything special. Now, this is what I would have told students. Whenever you're asked to determine the value of x for which a function is undefined, which is the same as saying the value of x which cannot be in the domain of h of x, both questions are asking the same thing. You must put the denominator of the fraction equal to 0 and solve the equation. So the denominator is what? 5 minus x is equal to 0. 5 is equal to x. Turn it around. X is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 is the value of x for which the function is undefined. Is undefined. All right. So whenever you're asked this question, you must put the denominator of the function equal to 0 and solve for x. Now, next we're asked to write an expression. We need an expression for h inverse of x. All right, first of all, h of x is equal to what? 2x plus 3 over 5 minus x. Ladies, gentlemen, now finding the inverse of a function is a 4-step process. Step 1 says write the defining equation. This is how you do that. Wherever you see h of x, you're going to take out h of x and put y to say y is equal to 2x plus 3 over 5 minus x. Step 2, you're going to interchange x and y. That means wherever you see x, you're going to put y. Wherever you see y, you're going to put x. So x is equal to 2y plus 3 over 5 minus y. So the second thing is to interchange x and y. The third thing is to make y the subject again. So right now I have 2 y's in the equation. When I'm finished, I must have only 1 y and it must be the subject. The third step is to make y the subject again. Guys, if I have 1 fraction is equal to 1 fraction, to get rid of the fractions, I'm going to cross multiply. So 1 times 2y plus 3 is 2y plus 3 is equal to x multiplied by 5 minus y. Remember, we're still in step 3, and in step 3, we're to make y the subject again. Next, I'm going to remove the brackets by applying distributive law. 2y plus 3 is equal to x times 5 is 5x. X times y is xy. We're still in step 3, which is to make y the subject again. Next, I'm going to group everything that has y in it on one side and everything that don't have in y on the other side. I have 2y plus xy is equal to 5x minus 3. So positive 3 on the left goes over to the right and become negative. Negative xy on the right goes over to the left and become positive. Now over to the left, y is common, so I'm going to factor out y. Y into 2y is 2. Y into xy is x. This is 5x minus 3. We're still in step 3, which is to make y the subject again. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 plus x. This cancels this, leave y. And so y is equal to 5x minus 3 over x, 2 plus x. Step 3 is to make y the subject again. That means when I'm finished, I should have y by itself on one side. Step 4 is to take out y and say h inverse of x is equal to 5x minus 3 over 2 plus x. Turning the page. So the B part of the question is coordinate geometry. And this says the graph below shows a straight line intersecting the x and y axes. We're told to using the graph, we need to determine the gradient of the line. So let us use this point here. We need to know the coordinates of 2 points on the line in order to determine the gradient. This is the point 0, 4. And this is the point 5, 0. So in order for me to determine the gradient of a line, I need to know the coordinates of 2 points on that line. Just by looking at this, I know that the gradient of the line is negative because moving from left to right, the line is sloping down. So the gradient m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. M. All right, so let's make this my x1, y1, and this my x2, y2. So y2 is 0 minus y1, which is 4, over x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 0. M, the gradient of this line, is minus 4 over 5. That's the gradient. All right. So please bear in mind, I hope this is clear to everybody, that 4 is C, the y-intercept is equal to 4. So this is the y-intercept. Now, the y-intercept is where the graph cuts the y-axis. And here, the graph cuts the y-axis at 4. Turning the page. Next, we're asked to state the equation of the line. Now, notice here, the examiner only gave 1 mark for it. So, really, what he really wants you to do is to state and not so much to work. Now, a straight line is defined by the gradient and the y-intercept. Once you know the gradient and the y-intercept, you know the equation of the line. Now, the general format is y is equal to mx plus c. M, we know, is minus 4 over 5. And c from inspection is 4. C is where the graph cuts the y-axis. C is 4. So y is equal to minus 4 over 5x plus c, which is 4, is the equation of the line. Y is equal to minus 4 over 5x plus 4 is the equation of the line for 1 mark. Next, we're asked to determine the equation of the perpendicular line that passes through P. Back to our diagram. So they're saying, let us say that there's a perpendicular line passing through P. They want you to determine the equation of this line. It's perpendicular to this other line, and it passes through P. So we need the equation of this line. That's what we need. Now, the formula for determining the equation of a line is y is equal to m into x minus x naught plus y naught. That's the formula. Now, the input for this formula are the gradient, m2. Now, the gradient of the first line is minus 4 over 5. Now, this line is perpendicular to the first line. So the gradient of this line is what? 5 over 4. If two lines are perpendicular and you know the gradient of one of the two lines, to find the gradient of the other line, you invert the gradient of the first line and change its sign. We need 1 point on this line. This line passes through P, which is the point 5, 0. In the formula, this is my x naught and my y naught. So y is equal to m, which is what? 5 over 4, into x minus x naught, which is what? 5, plus y naught, which is 0. Distributive law, y is equal to 5 over 4 x minus 5 over 4 times 5 is 25 over 4 plus 0. And when you add 0 to anything, you don't change it. So the answer we're looking for is y is equal to 5 over 4x minus 25 over 4.